Words appeared. Let me out. Glass bulged, letters dripped. A gray hand slid through. I swung the bar, drove it into the ceiling. The house screamed. Plaster exploded. What fell wasn't dust, it was teeth. Thousands rained down, clattering, sticking like white grass. I tried not to step on them. They clicked, whispering. The mirror laughed. My laugh wrong. Trade complete, it said. Pressure on my shadow. It tugged. Shadow stretched. I dragged it back, but it screamed. I bolted, but stairs folded into the wall. Every room slammed shut, leaving mirror breathing. Glass pulsed. I heard my voice repeating faster. I reached for the wall. It bent. I tore through. Outside. The yard looked the same, but wrong colors too deep, air still. The house's windows glowed orange, then were gone when I blinked. The light waited, then came back like eyes. I didn't hear the house breathing. It held its breath, waiting. I walked backward, never turning, instinct screaming. My heart hammered. Silence in the forest. No wind, no insects. Just my pulse and scratching from my shadow. I didn't look down. Reaching the road, the air moved. Cold mist brushed my fur. I thought I was safe until the mist rolled from under my collar. It seeped out. I got home, sat in the dark, watching my reflection. It fogged from the inside. Words scratched through, I can see. A nail pressed against the glass where my eye would be. I covered it. Every night since, I hear breathing, sometimes behind me, sometimes inside the walls. Beneath the floorboards, I found my old lighter, a relic of my past. I lost the lighter in Ridgeway Lane, a place I rarely visit. Holding it, I felt an unsettling warmth as if it burned elsewhere. Disturbed, I threw it into the dark river. It returned to my nightstand, still wet and strangely warm. That night, my reflection stood too close, staring at me intently. Slowly, its lips curled into a chilling smile, sinister and cold. Fog thickened. Menacing shapes writhed in the darkness. Whispers clawed at my sanity, a terrible cacophony. Panicked, I quickly covered the mirror, waiting in fear for dawn. Footsteps broke the silence, bare feet on the gravel outside. A rhythmic tapping began, an unsettling pattern on the window. Nothing was there, but the blanket was gone. My terrified face stared back. I burned the blanket and the frame. The mirror screamed like metal under pressure, a horrifying sound that echoed through the empty house. Smoke poured out, black and heavy, filling the room with an acrid, suffocating cloud. The smell wasn't wood, it was hair, a sickening odor that clung to everything. And under it all, a heartbeat that wasn't mine. A slow, rhythmic thudding that vibrated through the floorboards, a chilling presence in the suffocating silence. I moved out that night, desperate to escape, but the thing followed. It clung to me, a shadow that refused to be shaken off, a constant, unseen companion. Every reflective surface fogs now, windows, screens, even water. A ghostly mist appears, obscuring my view, a constant reminder of its pervasive influence. Sometimes I hear laughter behind the static of my phone camera, a cold, mocking sound that sends shivers down my spine, emanating from the digital void. Sometimes, when I speak, I can hear an echo 1 second too late, like something repeating me from somewhere deeper, a sinister mimicry from the shadows. The other day, my voice assistant turned itself on and said my name back to me in my old tone from before the house. I hadn't used that voice in years. I caught the power, plunging the house into absolute darkness, hoping to silence it. But the voice kept talking until sunrise, its chilling words piercing the oppressive quiet. It said the same thing over and over. You brought it home. A relentless, accusing whisper that echoed in the dark, a constant reminder of my terrible mistake. Tonight is Halloween again. The fog's thicker, swirling outside my windows, pressing in on the house. I can smell the same metal and pond water from Ridgeway Lane, a scent that brings back terrifying memories. I keep hearing tapping from behind my mirrorless wall, like someone tracing a circle, a rhythmic, insistent sound that promises something dreadful. I know what it wants to trade again. To exchange one horror for another, to continue its twisted game of possession and fear. I told myself if my voice ever sounds 1 inch wrong, if my grin comes before the words, if you ever see my reflection move first, don't watch. Don't knock. Don't write. Don't look into glass. Because I got out of that house and something else came with me. Something that still haunts my every waking moment.